guys, today I want to talk to you about a topic that's quite close to my heart because I've struggled with this myself quite a bit over the last, let's say 4 or 5 years, maybe even longer, and that is weight loss. But not just weight loss in terms of going on a diet, losing weight and keeping it off and that whole idyllic sort of idea, but actually weight loss in the sense of becoming okay with the process and becoming okay with the fact that oftentimes things go a lot slower than you want them to, than you expect them to, and also dealing with all the feelings that basically come along with that. I've been asked quite a bit recently, basically since I started my blog and then my channel, sort of questions going in the direction of so I've changed my diet now and I'm eating vegan and I'm eating high carb, but the weight isn't going anywhere and I feel like I'm doing everything wrong, and I'm not okay with myself and I really don't know what to do. Do you have any advice for me, like what I can change in order to just like speed things up a bit and to like kind of get the weight off, because I'm getting really impatient and I gained weight and I can't bear to look at myself in the mirror, and like just questions going in that general direction. And of course I can give like a very general sort of answer, like trust the process, trust that your body knows what it's doing. But if you don't know how to trust your body, it's really difficult to actually trust your body, because you have no idea how and you don't know where to start, so you're just left there sitting like, oh great, how do I do that? I don't know how to trust my body now, I'm even failing at that, great. So it actually puts you in a bit of a negative space. So I actually wanted to just give a bit more insight on that, on how to trust your body, and also on basically the workings behind the process, sort of weight loss. And obviously it has a lot to do with what you're eating. It has a lot to do with eating the right foods, the right time, the right quantities, all those sort of things. It has to do with exercise, it has to do with water consumption, but mostly it has to do with mindset. One thing is very important, and that's in terms of emotional trauma. A lot of people, especially those that are very overweight and not just a little bit chubby or rough around the edges, so to speak, they have a lot of deep-seated emotional trauma that causes them to hang on to weight, such as, for example, former abuse, and the weight is then basically kept on like a wall to shield and cushion yourself from the outside world so that you'll be protected, kind of like that hibernating layer that keeps you warm and comfortable when the going gets rough. So that is one aspect to really look at. Just really have a look at your emotions and trauma. And honestly, if you're in an unhappy place and you want to lose weight and you think that losing weight is going to help you so much and get you to a happy place, it's not going to do that if the weight is coming from a traumatic space. Just losing weight won't make you happy if you don't deal with the actual underlying trauma. So have a look at that, and speak to someone, or actually find professional help, or just meditate and work on yourself. I'm probably going to do several other videos on how to deal with those sorts of things. And the other thing is just that, like I said, most of us don't remember how to trust our bodies. I say remember because we all innately know, and we all have an innate intuitive guidance system, but because of everything that we've experienced in our life, all these things such as I'm not good enough, I don't know how to do things, I'm stupid, I always fail at things, all these beliefs about ourselves, all these repressing beliefs that about ourselves, they kind of layer on top of our intuitive knowing. All of those make us forget the things that we actually innately and intuitively know. So again, going back to the trauma thing, learning to trust yourself is really actually a matter of confronting your beliefs and confronting the beliefs that are keeping you from losing weight. So let's say I have a belief that whatever I try to do, I'll fail anyway, so I might as well not try. So that would then lead me to look at a new diet, do it for maybe even one day, or even just push it up every day. It's like, oh no, I'll start Monday, oh next Monday, next Monday. And it never actually gets around to me even going on a diet or doing something for my body, because I'm so convinced, because of my belief, that I'll do it wrong anyways. So that will be a really good chance, an opportunity for me to look at that belief and figure out all the ways how that is not true. Figure out all the ways in which I actually haven't failed, and use those as encouragement to actually get me motivated to do this thing, like, for example, the diet or eating healthier. You can do that with pretty much any belief. Find out the ways in which it's not true. Basically find out ways to disprove the belief that you hold, and go from there and like let that push you forward. Another thing that I've really come across and noticed in terms of like, oh, this isn't going fast enough, and yes, I know the process, but it's really just not going fast enough, and I want it to happen quicker, and why is it not happening, is obviously learning to be in the now. And that also sounds very generalized when I say that, probably. But what I really mean by that is just becoming present with yourself and becoming okay with being where you are. Because basically all of this suffering and pain that we experience, all of this, oh my God, and this is horrible and I don't like this, actually comes from it comes from thinking that what is happening is not supposed to be happening, or vice versa, that what is not happening is actually supposed to be happening. So we become not okay with what is actually happening in the moment. We think it should be completely different. So basically we've started our lovely vegan diet. We're eating good foods, fruit for breakfast and lunch, you know, and all that stuff, lovely foods. And now we're like, oh, but I've only lost half a kilo so far. Oh my God, I've put on half a kilo or a kilo or whatever. This is not what was supposed to happen. This is not what people promised me. And that is the cause of the actual suffering. So what we need to do is just actually accept that what is happening is exactly what is supposed to be happening. And to do that, basically, really a good mind game I like to play around this is, if you were stuck, let's say, if you were stuck at the weight, for example, or in the state that you are now forever, would you just give up to it? Or would you figure out a way to be happy anyways? Would you figure out a way to make it work anyways, in spite of the state you are in the moment? And for me, that's a really good mind tool to help me realize that, okay, whatever it is that I have right now, I need to use it as best as I can. And through that, it actually helps me see, okay, what can I do? First of all, what can I do in this very moment? And also it just really helps release a lot of resistance to whatever the current state is, because if I become okay with the idea of using everything that I have now and not pining away after future circumstances, it makes it a lot easier to really be in the moment and be okay with that. Because basically, if you're left with no other option than to make the best of what you've got or completely give up, then you have to make the choice. And as soon as you actually make the choice to be happy, no matter what the circumstances, the whole thing becomes a whole lot easier. Yeah, so that's pretty much the climax of what I was going to say in this video. That using that mental exercise, that if it was going to stay the same way for the rest of your life, would you find a way to make it work, or would you just give up? And then make that choice and then move on from there, and then figure out what your negative beliefs are, find out a way to disprove them, make them work for you, and actually just change your beliefs. And also just figure out what emotional trauma you have regarding weight loss, especially, because that is such a sensitive topic that most people hold, especially a lot of people coming to a vegan lifestyle. Weight loss is generally a pretty big topic, but it can be regarding any topic actually, that like concerning physical illness and all that sort of stuff, that we just hold all these beliefs and we hold all this trauma that just causes us to hold on to so many things in our body. And as soon as we become okay with them and realize that the way they happened is exactly the way it was supposed to be happening, then we can actually let them go, because it allows us to move through them. Because usually what happens is we're so much focused in the state of, oh, this isn't right, this isn't supposed to be happening, this is completely not okay, this is not supposed to be happening, then we're trying to push it away from us, but that's not going to work. So as soon as we embrace and be like, okay, and maybe it's shit, but it's whatever it is, it's supposed to be happening, and it is absolutely perfect the way it is, we can actually embrace it and move through it, and that way we can get to what's beyond, so the greener grass on the other side, so to speak. I definitely want to know what you have to say about this topic, your experiences with weight loss, and your experiences also regarding changing beliefs and healing emotional trauma, everything basically that I spoke about in this video. Let me know below, give this video a share and a thumbs up, and I'll see you next video. Bye guys.